My aim for the season was probably to ride over 50 winners in Ireland, ride a Grade 1 winner and ride a big handicap winner.
How is your weight as we sit here in the sun?
It's definitely been better. We probably struggled a little bit this summer with it just to keep on top of it. I could have done a practical winning in Leopardstown. That's what I was hoping for.
Yes.
Yeah. Mark Walsh said to me walking back in that day, I knew, I'm not going to say what he said, but I knew he wouldn't be winning the Gold Cup.
Do you think, just speculative, if Factified had ran in the Gold Cup, who would Mark have ridden?
I know the way you're thinking.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So Keith, I was told that you're a really good golfer, like reliably informed, top drawer.
I wish.
So this is why we're here. No pressure, but after this I want to see a top drawer performance on the green.
If I can get the ball to the green, I might be okay, but yeah, I can play a little bit, but just to a very average standard.
Okay, you're being humble, but we've all day to decide whether you're actually humble or whether you're well handicapped at 15. Tell me, your last season was numerically your best. Do you feel like it all went well?
Yeah, it definitely did go well. My aim for the season was probably to ride over 50 winners in Ireland, ride a Grade 1 winner and ride a big handicap winner, and I got all three of them, so it was definitely a successful season. Look, there was probably a few more I would have liked to get, but when you're riding in them races with them type of horses, you're going to always have that, ones that you feel like you should have got or might have got, but that's the position I'm in.
And from watching you the last couple of years, obviously you were with Gordon and now you're with Gavin, you seem to be riding on a different level, whether it's confidence-wise or you're completely reassured because you got this big yard of horses behind you. Do you find yourself now, do you think you're the finished article?
Look at ever the finished article, I don't know, but I'm definitely a much better rider in the last 3 or 4 years. I think it is confidence, probably riding better horses and knowing you're going to be riding them again. That's a big thing. You'll do what's right for the horse on the day. I think the style in which Gavin likes his horses ridden suits me better than, say, Gordon and a Jigginstown style. And I definitely, but it's all down to confidence.
Yeah, and when you start off on a young horse for Gavin, you're thinking of that project as a long term rather than the maiden hurdle there and then. You're thinking what this horse might end up being.
Exactly, yeah. When you ride, if you go out and Gavin's in an even money shot in a maiden hurdle and it's not happening, you look after him. Whereas before, I was only getting them chances every now and again, and you're thinking it's even money and it has to win.
Yes.
And
there's almost relief rather than enjoyment, isn't it?
100%. It used to be relief to just get the winner. You feel like, that'll
get me another ride.
Another ride, yeah. Whereas now, if it doesn't happen, I have the backing from Gavin, and you can come in and explain. And there's always a bigger picture, and there's always the next day.
Yeah. And with that in mind, obviously, we have to discuss your weight. We're in the beautiful sunshine filming this after the season, after the summer, ahead of a big national hunt season ahead. How is your weight as we sit here in the sun?
It's definitely been better. I've probably struggled a little bit this summer with it just to keep on top of it.
Why is that? Is that because you're not as busy, or is it to do with lifestyle, or?
I more just think my body in general. Like last summer, my weight was very good, so it's just the way it goes. I think I done a lot of light weights last year, and I think it probably caught up on me, and my body probably just needed to reset, and I kind of just burnt out. But look, I've been in this position many a time now, so I'm well used to getting it back on track. And thankfully, like Gavin he still had a good summer, but we haven't been aiming many horses for the summer, so I haven't been missing a whole lot. That's important.
Yeah, but what's vital there is that those horses are waiting for you when you do come back, and that pressure isn't on to be in Ballinrobe on a Thursday night in the middle of July.
100%. Whereas if I didn't have the backing of that and you're missing a ride, you'll probably never ride that horse again. I don't know now. I have to control it, and I have to manage it the right way and do what's best for me for the main part of the season, instead of just trying to kill myself for when it is struggling. But look, I have a good support from Gavin, and good support from everybody, and everybody knows that I'll be trying my best with it all the time. So
Yeah. It's not for the sake of going through McDonald's drive-through that it's going wrong.
no, it's just the constant sweating that your body gives up on you.
Can I ask, so you say it went up obviously over the summer. What was the height? How bad did it go?
12.7.
12.7. And where do you need to be? Where do you need to wake up in the morning in the middle of the season? Where do you need to be?
11.8, 11.10.
So you need to lose almost a stone.
Yeah, if I was walking around hydrated, kind of in around 11.8, I'd lose 4 or 5 going racing. I like to go racing 11.
Just to lose fluids? How would you lose them?
Hot tub at home.
Okay.
I'd like to go racing 11.4 or 5. I feel sharp, feel ready. Even if I was doing 11.12, I'd have a sweat and go racing. This thing of like saying the sweating is bad for you, I feel better when I sweat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather have it, even if I, as I said, if I was doing 11.12, I'd sweat to 11.4 or 5. I feel I'm at that weight that I'm...
And when we see you ride the likes of Hello Neighbour at the Dublin Racing Festival, and I remember Katie Walsh interviewing you, and you could barely talk because you were like Gandhi's slipper.
Yeah.
How do you get down to 11 stone?
Sit in the hot tub for longer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's literally just all your hydration gone?
All the hydration, yeah. Look, you're probably, weeks before you're thinking about it, and it's like the minute you have a light weight, all you want to do is eat. You know?
Of course. It's the minute you say, I can't have that bar of chocolate, you have a craving.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's getting the hydration right before that, and not doing too light of weights before that. You have to kind of
get down once, but you can't do it consistently.
Like I remember last year there was a day where a horse had 11.2, but I didn't want to ride him, but I knew I was doing 11.1 the week after in the Thyestes.
Yeah.
And to some people like that, it sounds, oh, so you're doing that next week. But I knew if I do the 11.2 this week, I won't do the 11.1 next week. So you just have to manage it. And
over the years, you've just got to know your body really well. But the body is one thing. The mental part of it must be you must have such discipline.
Yeah, you have to, and to as best you can. Obviously, it does get tough.
Are you good company now when you're hungry?
It wouldn't be.
Are you on the golf course on your own when you're hungry, or do you have friends?
I wouldn't. If I had to go sweating, I wouldn't play golf. No,
Okay.
because I think body be tired enough from it. But depends. Yeah, I can be if you're riding winners and things are going well and you have to sweat, it wouldn't be as comfy.
If
but
you're sweating a grade 1, it's different. Yeah. And obviously, we've all seen and we know riders that do it for very average horses on very average days. The perspective is important.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly. And it's definitely easier to sweat for a horse with a chance than losing £6 to try get one round in a beginner's chase.
Okay, well, let's talk about horses with chances then. I know the way you're thinking. You rode them all year.
Yeah, obviously I rode him because Mark was riding Fact to File, and I suppose he progressed with each run. And
how did you get him to jump better? Because I remember watching him in the John Durkan thinking, no, he doesn't have that grade 1 speed over a fence.
No, I don't think he was tall right in the John Durkan though. I think he was even more unfitter than we thought.
Gavin did allude to he's took more work than he anticipated.
Yeah. And if you had said to me after I rode him in the John Durkan he'd win the Gold Cup, I'd have laughed at you. But if you probably said it to me after his run in Leopardstown, I'd have probably...
Yeah, he finished off really well in the Irish Gold Cup, and that was the one run of the season where you thought, actually, he's improving beyond all bounds.
Exactly, yeah. Look, I think he just took the whole year to come to himself. And as you were just saying about his jumping definitely got better. We done plenty of schooling, but we didn't do loads of schooling with him, or loads of people can talk up about to do this schooling and that schooling.
Race practice means a lot.
Yeah, and it just kind of, I suppose he got confidence, and the fitter he got, probably the better his jumping got.
See, that's a big thing with horses nowadays. There's a lot of conservative training going on, and we all know it suits some horses and it doesn't suit other horses. Well documented that Best Mate only ran once and then he ran in the Gold Cup, and Album Photo the same. But the learnings that I know the way you're thinking had through the season is a fair testament to how he was campaigned.
Oh, 100%. And he improved with each run, and he was trained to do that, and he peaked on the biggest day of them all.
So talk about the biggest day of them all, right? Did you hope Mark Walsh would have Factor Foil in the Gold Cup? Did you at any stage of the season think he's my Gold Cup ride?
Sure, look, obviously you did hope Mark Walsh would, but I had a fair idea
It
after
wasn't
the
gonna
last
happen.
day in Leopardstown that Factor Foil wouldn't be running the Gold Cup, and I had a fair idea that my lad would be. Not my lad, sorry, I know the way you're thinking. Look, there's not a person in this world that wouldn't have wanted to ride him. But was there a part of me that felt like I should be on him? No. Because
it's the unwritten rule.
If I was in Mark Walsh's position, you'd be fairly disappointed if you weren't on him.
Yeah.
So
it's his job.
It's his job. So I was delighted for the horse. I was delighted for Gavin. I was delighted for the whole yard.
Yeah. You were the super sub all the way along.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was never my ride. It's not that I never won on the horse.
Okay.
I never. I was only riding him because they thought they had a better horse in the race, which they did.
Yeah, realistically at the
time.
Yeah.
So there wasn't. I think as you grow up and you mature into these things, you realise, he wasn't my ride.
Yeah. What makes him different?
Stamina, has a lot of class, and
he's never beaten, is he?
I know how well he takes the work. He's a serious mind.
Do you think, just speculative, if Factor Foil had ran in the Gold Cup, who would Mark have ridden?
I know the way you're thinking.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if you look back at the race in Leopardstown, you could see which one was hitting the line and which one was weakening.
Yeah. Didn't half win the Ryanair.
He did, yeah, but put another 4 furlongs onto it.
Okay, so he's obviously he's won the Gold Cup and he's going back there this season as a reigning champion, but at no stage of the season did you really think that was yours?
No. I was hoping for Factor Foil to be. I could have done with Factor Foil winning in Leopardstown. That's what I was hoping for.
Yes.
Yeah. Mark Walsh said to me walking back in that day, I knew, I'm not going to say what he said, but I knew he wouldn't be running the Gold Cup.
Yeah. But that is the beauty of, you have evidence these horses are running. Irish Gold Cup is such a strong race, even the John Durkin. Every race that happened through the Irish season, we learned a lot.
Yeah.
The horse learned a lot, but we learned a lot. And Mark Walsh, unfortunately for you, learned a lot.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have let him hit the line as well.
Anyway, he's a super horse, joint highest rated chaser in training along with Gallop and Deschamps. Do you think he can be better this year?
I do, yeah.
It's kind of a frightening prospect, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think, obviously his best performance was the Gold Cup. I think everything was building up to that. His work was building up to that. And he's definitely, he's only 7. He's only coming to himself, I think.
He's a big horse.
And he's mentally a little bit immature. So when that fully gets there, he's just raw talent at the minute. I think when his mind actually comes to his ability, he'll be some horse.
Yeah. So talk about the horses that you are riding and that are yours. And there is quite a collection of them. Hello, neighbour. DRF. You were fairly pale that day.
I was, yeah. Thankfully, he didn't need too much of a drive.
He took a bit of a pull. He's not simple.
No, I think he got better as the year went on. I actually think his best performance was in Punchestown, even though he didn't win. It was a better performance than when he won the Grade 1 in Leopardstown. His jumping got better as the year went on. He got turned into a better ride, and he strengthened up. Obviously, he's hit a little bit of a setback now, but look, I think he'll be back for the middle half of the season, and he's definitely one that we'd be looking forward to. And it's tough for a 4-year-old, so it might be no harm that he's
staying
getting a little bit of time.
Yeah. And you've got some lovely mares in the yard. Only by Night, mugged, robbed. Your pocket was picked in the Arc.
Yeah, that was. Look at you, she was an outside of the field. You had a tuck second going out, but when it comes that tight,
well, we
it's
didn't
a bit
think
different.
Marshborough would start banking jumps.
No, and I thought I was in a lovely position to coming down the hill, following Marshborough and Lou de Sud. I thought I have a chance of getting second here. You know, I was hoping that Harry Skelton
Django
would
Bay out the back doing nothing.
Back, yeah. I do think my one parked a little bit. I think I got it.
There was one of those years did flicker.
Yeah, I got that neck up on Lou de Sud, and I felt he was never getting back at me, but she just wasn't going on. And she actually done the same thing in Punchestown, even though we were hammered by Margeborough. But I beat Jesse Evans a neck, and from the back of the last, she held him the whole way to the line.
Okay.
And I just look at it. It was sickening, but it was a great run at the same time.
She's exciting mare, young mare.
She is, yeah, and she's a brilliant jumper. She can go up and trip. I think the mare's chase will suit her. She had a serious year last year, you know, like she second in 2 Grade 1s and like won a listed chase in Exeter, won a Grade 3 in Cork.
Her jumping has taken to another level though. Chasing has changed her.
Oh, 100%, yeah. She improved for her fence. We probably thought that over hurdles, and she just tapered off a little bit the year before. She had come from bumpers straight to hurdles, and I'd say she was still a weak mare, and her last few runs were a little bit disappointing, but she held the form through the season this year.
Okay, well, from one mare to another, 6.5.
Yeah.
She's got speed.
She's got speed. Sure. Maybe we should have rode her for the speed.
Can't ride her in the Cesarewitch, no?
No, definitely not. Probably should have rode her for the speed, maybe in.
But the race kind of fell apart in front of you, didn't it?
It did, and we didn't want to get her. She's small. It was our second run over hurdles, and we just didn't want to put her into the hustle and bustle. We just thought if we,
well, ordinarily you had perfect posse box seat if there was a horse good enough to carry you into the straight.
Straight, exactly. Look, she didn't stop. I just think Rachel's one just. Outstayed her, yeah. She's a very good mare. Obviously, she has disappointed in a couple of runs since then. Has been a couple of little issues, so she seems to be back in good form now, and she's definitely one we'll be looking forward to off 138.
Does she stay beyond 2 miles? Does she stay 2 miles?
We would have thought she wanted 2.5 in time. Okay,
but she looks like she has enough speed that she'd be a specialist. Do you think 2.5 miles in the mares will be fine?
I do, yeah. But I also think like she's staying 2 mile on the flat, you know.
Yeah.
And getting it well.
And in bumpers, she looked like a stayer.
Stayer, yeah. Ruby thinks she doesn't stay, but I don't know. He's normally right, but I might disagree.
But he's only human.
He's only human, yeah.
So we're going to go for a nice handicap, and then we'll see if she stays 2.5 miles.
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah. Stumptown, good friend of yours.
Yeah, been a brilliant horse for me.
Isn't it amazing if a yard or a jockey has a horse like him that can turn up at all the festivals? It's like having a good hunter chaser. People will think, oh geez, you've had a great year, but you mightn't have a Grade 1 horse, but you'll have a horse to take you to all the majors.
Exactly, yeah. A horse with a bit of a name and a bit of a following, I suppose.
Yeah.
A following, and just back to when I was riding Tiger Roll in them races. I mightn't have rode a winner for 6 months, but everyone thought you were doing well. Like, yeah, but sure you weren't.
Keith King Kong himself.
Yeah, sure. Might have had a winner for any time before, you know.
But he was almost. You were going in with a certain good thing almost with Tiger Roll that time, and this year coming in with Stumptown, it's kind of the Irish banker.
Yeah, I suppose he was, but everyone had thought
him and 6.5.
Yeah, everyone had thought, did the wait for winning in December, was that going to stop him being a handicap this year? Obviously, if it was a conditions race, you would have been saying he was definitely a banker. But I knew he was going to improve from December, and although it didn't look likely halfway around, but I knew he'd stay well.
Yeah, and talk to me about the Pardubice, Czech Republic. You have a bit of form there.
Yeah, my form is a bit like Paddy Mullins is over there.
But you know the track well now. What makes you think that Stumptown will be a good fit for a test like the Pardubice?
He loves jumping them hedges. He's so quick at them, and they bring him to life where he won't travel like in a normal race. Over the banks he can actually take you along. He'll stay forever. I just think the race will really suit him, yeah. And look, you need a lot of luck over there. But
How does it feel to ride over the taxis in a stamp saddle?
it
It's
felt
the only saddle you ride in, I suppose.
yeah, it felt all right last year. I remember thinking in midair, oh, I'm leaning too far back.
He's on Cocoa Beach, one of the best jumpers in training.
Yeah, because we got into the taxi on the way home, and obviously he was after falling at the fourth last, and the mood was low enough, and Paul Carby was with us, and Gordon, and about 10 minutes down the road, they go, "You get the tax or some jump? What are you leaning back for?" And that kind of broke the mood again a little bit. Gave a bit of a chuckle, yeah.
There's one thing Carby never did, he never leaned back.
No. Yeah, that was, I thought I was full sure he was going to win last year. He was absolutely cantering. But as the year went on,
no, his form didn't materialise.
He just fell apart, and he got to a couple of races, 3 out, looking like he was cantering on weekend. But I would have rather known and got beat than the...
You want to get around.
You want to get around,
It's an achievement to get around.
Yeah, and we probably fell at one of the smaller fences. We had the main jumping done, but look, they're all there to be jumped.
Okay, so you came back from that and you said, Gavin, Stumptown, off we go.
Yeah, well, Gordon had actually said on the way home, oh, we'll get him back next year. And I hadn't really thinking about it much, and then I went and won on Stumptown in Punchestown. And I thought he's the one. He's the one, yeah.
So there's some of the majors, Keith, that you've had for the season just gone and for the season ahead. Talk to us about some horses that we must look out for the season ahead.
Yeah, I think Bud Fox could probably be, hopefully he can turn into one of our best novices for the season.
Very good at Punchestown, didn't he?
Yeah, came with a good reputation, backed it up in his work from the day we got him. Probably improved with his work from, say, the first time he started working, but was going really well going into Punchestown and backed it up and won like a good horse.
Is he a speed horse or is he a stamina horse?
No, all speed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all speed. He's definitely, potentially he could be one of the best novices that we'll have to go hurdling, but look, you never know either.
Yeah, the dream's alive.
The dream is alive, yeah.
Speaking of the season ahead, we must touch on one of the biggest festivals of the year, is the Listowel Harvest Festival. It's the unofficial kick-off of the autumn campaign. You won the major race with Flooring Porter. That was one of the more easiest rides you'd have had?
Definitely, yeah. I don't get to ride too many well-handicapped horses in the good handicaps. I might in the lower grade stuff.
Not many people get to ride grade 1 horses in handicaps.
Exactly, yeah. And he turned it into that. Yeah, like I didn't even think it actually went that fast on him.
Yeah.
I felt very comfortable, and
did you look back at any stage and think, whoa?
No, I didn't look back. I heard the commentator where left to go, Jerry Hannon, saying Flooring Porter's 10-12 clear, and I was after thinking, I'm after filling him up.
Yeah.
I said, I won't ease off now.
Yeah.
And I said,
and like, he's not the biggest. Were the fences, did he rub any fence?
Oh, they were getting bigger as we were going along. Yeah, they were getting bigger and bigger and lower and lower. The third last twice, he absolutely ploughed it out of it. But other than that, he actually jumped well.
And you weren't sitting back there?
No.
Up the neck?
I'll lie up his neck, yeah, let him at it. But he
was facile that day.
He was unreal, yeah, and he just put handicappers, he just galloped them into the ground. Yeah. He was in his comfort zone the whole way. He hit the third last a good belt, and I got the bit back into his mouth, and I was just praying for 2 nice strides at the last 2. And all that was going through my head was, Paul Carby used to say, let the jumps come to you.
Okay.
And I wasn't going looking for anything bar.
You weren't making them bigger than they needed to be.
Anything bar spot on, and thankfully we got them, and it was a great day. It's a
marvellous place, isn't it?
It's marvellous. I'd rode my first win on Listowel 15 or 16 years ago. And to win, the Kerry National is great prestige, so it was a great race to win, and to win on Flooring Porter as well, like a horse like him.
An iconic horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the past. We need to look to the future. We're always looking to the future. What have we got for this year's race?
I think Ballysax Hanks and the company sergeant. Obviously,
this is who you are now, Keith. You have a choice. Choices to make in big races. Isn't that great?
I have a choice until when you see the weights. You're hoping that Willie or Gordon don't have a 158 horse in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at the first thing I do when them races come out is you look for the top rated horse in it.
Isn't it incredible to think that Flooring Porter wasn't even nearly top weight?
I know, yeah, 11.4 we had in it.
That's testament to the value of these big handicaps.
It is, yeah, exactly. It's a 120 grand race, like, so. Yeah, Ballysack Saints will be will Listowel fully suit him? Dropped in, he has to be dropped in. Not so sure, but I think the company sergeant could be 1/4.
Were you a bit disappointed with him in Galway?
I was a little bit, but he still didn't run that bad. He's the type of horse that if he runs in all them races, he's going to get one of them.
Okay.
But whether it's a Kerry National, a Tri-Town, a Paddy Power, I do think one of them is going to fall his way.
Okay.
And you know yourself, you have to be in them races to.
There's around 30 other horses that fit into that category. You have to hope.
Yeah, have to hope. Yeah.
Yeah.